Pretty much America shut down, and I think it's hilarious that everybody's like, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, well, go do what? Libra. I know not all the states are. Libras. Boom! It's Libra time. Are the Libras going to get a good reading this week?
I got soap all over myself.
Big time. All right, let's see. Libra, your first card is Game Over, 5 of Swords. I've been telling Libras there is something that you just keep trying so hard to have, and it's game over. Play. Look at it, it says, play again? No. I'm going to say this. I think you're trying really hard for something to work. You might be in a relationship here. You keep trying, or you're single and you keep trying on a certain person, or you keep doing the same thing that you keep trying so hard on. It's like game over. I don't know how better else to put that card. I think that you're trying way too hard in something, and it's like everybody knows, and you're not fucking willing to like look at it yourself. And I think maybe a reading like this will help you do that. Or maybe you will find that this week. Wow, your trouble is second house. You're holding on to something that is game over. I just don't know why you keep doing this. I look at it in the astrology, all the fourth house energy in Capricorn, Mars still in your seventh house, done a retrograde. And on top of that, this week we're seeing Venus oppose Uranus. And this is happening in your second and eighth house. You have desires, you have wants, you have needs, but it's like, I think that you're sitting in some sort of weird energy here of still like, you can't let go of somebody. And you feel like you have to like, you can't lose this game. I already got involved. I already have owned the position. The challenge is like, you can, what is it when somebody bails out of a wedding? A runner? You can be a runner. The only sign that gets away with being the runner the easiest is Libra. But it's almost like I think that you feel like, you're trapped and you have to do something. You don't. You got the Hangman. You are trapped. I am calling Libras out now. I've got it now. Triply showing. Triply, game over. Your issue is second house. Maybe your issue is you're sitting in it because of money. Doesn't be real. Or you're too afraid of, what would happen if you got rid of this commodity, which would not even be a commodity. It's like trying to hold bonds right now. And then you pull the Hangman as your overall. It's like you're just feeling stuck. You don't know what to do. Ooh, I love this card. This is your shadow. Until you change today, tomorrow won't change. So every day that you go to bed and go, I want it to change, you don't change it, tomorrow's not going to change until you change it today. And that's your issue, is you keep owning the same thing today and it's going to happen tomorrow. So this week, are you going to finally stop the game and turn it off? And that's going to mean that tomorrow the game's not on? You're going to keep holding yourself and hanged? And I think that you're getting a lot of insight finally, but I think that you've been hung for a long time and you keep getting the insight. You're the one who has the power to unhang yourself in this situation. Two of Wands. The world that you really want to have is a game over, but also it means that when maybe you do put the game over, then you finally get the world that you want. That is a dichotomy in a Libra world if I have never seen one. You want the game over to never be game over, yet you do want it to be over, and that would give you the world. Libra. 10 of Swords reversed. Wow. Not ready to stop the change that needs to be had. Doing the same thing over and over and over again of staying hung, but you're not willing to cut that cord. It's like, I think that you know this too, or you might be internally knowing this, but I think that you're not willing to do it on the outside for some reason. And I'm going to use the astrology and what I said for 3 years of Saturn being in Capricorn. I get it. You're trying to be the responsible Libra now, but like you learned your lessons of that you can do it. Doesn't mean that you need to stay in the position if it's the wrong person. I feel like Libras that are single are trying too hard and they're not getting the results they want, and there's some self-worth issues there, and you feel stuck. It's time to cut that cord. The reason why your overalls are, what'd you get here? You pulled the Page of Air, so you pulled the Page of Swords. I mean, this is you having to be very clear and direct, and it's like it's Archangel Gabriel, you know? I mean, it's like, Michael. Like, this is a time for you to cut cords and to be truthful and to be stimulating again and excited, Libra. What did you get here? Wow, it's time to shift. That polarity weird thing I was talking about right there, that Libra, like weird, like the only way is shifting a reality, even though that reality looks like, oh no, it comes to a close, it opens up a new one. It's time, Libra. I know that you think I'm crazy, but I don't think you want to know what Saturn and Jupiter in your 5th house is going to be like in conjunction. That's about love. So that'll either be the ultimate prize or 20 years of learning, what the fuck did I do? I didn't follow my true heart. I did what everybody else said I should be doing, or I was too worried to live in my heart because of everybody else. That's a Libra issue. You pulled Pluto in the 2nd house of Virgo. This is time to stop holding on to the reality that you don't want. This is done being in the mundane. This is done doing the same old routines in relationship situations or with an ex or in the same patterns of relationships. It's mundane, boring, and it's not bringing you the life, and it's not bringing you the edge and the passion that you need, or the attractiveness. And you have weird little gripes on that too. Like
we all know what it's like. Just the bubbles knocked my microphone. But we all know what it's like to kind of not allow those chords to end, or not allow ourselves to kind of get over situations, because we like that. You know, it's that knowing feeling. It's that kind of that comfort. Even though it might be painful, there's still that comfort in knowing that you still have that attachment with an individual. And so that's kind of just tugging you back down the line, or holding you stagnant, which is the same as regressing back. You know, if you're not allowing yourself to progress forward. So I think it is kind of looking at yourself and saying, okay, where am I limiting my emotional growth? Where am I limiting the relationships that are keeping me kind of stagnant in our life, instead of fully allowing that progression to take place, instead of fully allowing, saying, all right, I'm not fucking with you anymore. You're done. It's fine to have that feeling. When it's done, and we know that. But why is it that we allow ourselves to just kind of stay in those places? Is it because we feel like maybe there's hope to kind of bring them back into our life? There's hope that they'll have this aha moment and say, oh, I'm sorry for doing you wrong. It doesn't matter. That's not going to happen. It falls on you to allow that growth to happen. It falls on you to step forward and say, okay, I'm done with it. This energetic connection is over. It does not benefit me anymore.
What about kicking someone out of a window?
I mean, if it's
That's just said in the chat, and I just said,
it's like on
Libras
the
wake up.
first story window, yeah, I'd say definitely kick their ass out the first story window. If it's maybe the second story window, I wouldn't recommend it.
Wow.
You might catch yourself a case.
I'm reading the chat. I was like, wow.
But give them the boot, regardless. Give them the boot out of your life. Say,
game over.
not up in here. Not up in here.
Not up in here.
Not up in
game
here.
over.
Not
Walk
up in
out
here.
with your PlayStation 1.
Yeah, kick rocks, motherfucker.
Like, you know, you can leave here with your Sega.
Yeah.
Sonic was cool, but you can play Sonic on all the other fucking ones.
Yeah, we don't need that easy bake oven anymore. Get yourself
Stop blowing on the game. Up, black screen. Let me blow again.
Air fryer up in this bitch. Get that crispy crispness.